Alright guys, we're back with the next set of matches for the Attitude Era of WWE 2K14's 30 Years of WrestleMania mode. So I'll put the full match list in the video description, but let's get straight into the screenshots. First up, we'll have WrestleMania 14 as The Undertaker takes on Kane, which was actually a bonus match in last year's Attitude Era mode, so it kinda surprised me that they would include this one. But when you consider the main event was Austin vs Michaels with Mike Tyson as the referee, then that was one of the main matches in WWE 13, and when you look at the rest of the match card, there really isn't too many options, so it kinda justified them featuring this match again. Back to the screenshots though, I'm gonna have the confirmation of The Undertaker's Attitude Era model, which wasn't actually shown at the roster reveal, meaning we now have the retro, Attitude and current era models for Taker in the game, plus the additional American Badass version if you ordered the Phenom edition. As for Kane, his model, like Taker's, appears to be straight from last year's game and features his single sleeved attire, with the arena also remaining the same. But that's not a bad thing, as everything here looks good, including this t-shirt, which is the Bossman's Like a Boss shirt. So as we're seeing Rick Rude and Jim Duggan's shirts yesterday, this looks to confirm the Big Boss Man for the game, presumably with his classic attire. Switching to WrestleMania 15 now, and we'll have another match from last year's Attitude Era mode as Stone Cold Steve Austin takes on The Rock for his WWF Championship. As with the last match, again this is something that we've already played through last year, but I'm not too surprised to see it included, as the rivalry between these two at WrestleMania is something that seems to be being focused on here, as you'll see later on. As for the models, these are the first for both superstars, with Austin sporting a single knee brace and The Rock wearing his Brahma Bull trunks with his long sideburns. Meanwhile, we'll also get a clear shot of Jerry Lawler with his t-shirt that he has in all the WrestleMania matches, which is something that I pointed out yesterday, and although you can't see him, the empty chair at the announce table belongs to Jim Ross, who appears to have done a runner. WrestleMania 2000 is up next, and we'll have a new match with Triple H defending the WWF Championship in a fatal 4-way match against The Rock, Mick Foley and The Big Show. So first off, as you can see here, this is a new attire for The Rock, with his trunks now featuring the golden logo and his sideburns being trimmed. Mick Foley's model resembles that of the one from WWE 12, but it has been updated and it now features his Cactus Jack shirt like he wore at the event, although the flannel jacket which he wore at WrestleMania 2000 was actually blue and his hair was quite short at the time, so it's different to what it is here. Then there's Triple H, which you can't see a lot of his attire here, but we already know that he's wearing the classic Attitude Era trunks that were shown at the roster reveal. As for what's happening here, Triple H placed The Rock on the announce table and had Foley climb the second rope to deliver an elbow drop, but this was actually botched as the announce table didn't break, so Triple H then climbed onto the table and hit an elbow drop on The Rock, which again the table didn't break, leading to a frustrated Triple H climbing onto the barrier and trying again, finally breaking the table. So although it was botched, it was still a pretty cool moment to watch, so I'll put a link in the video description if you want to check that out. Botches aside, the competitors in this match all had a member of the McMahon family in the corner. Foley had Linda, Rock had Vince, Triple H had Steph and Big Show had Shane, which, speaking of Big Show, he's not actually shown here as he was eliminated from the match early on before this screenshot was taken. This screenshot is also the first look at the WrestleMania 2000 arena with the stage visible in the background. Well, kind of, as it was pretty small stage, so it's kinda hard to make out here, but you will notice an ECW sign in the crowd. Finally, the Attitude Era chapter comes to an end with WrestleMania X7 as The Rock gets his rematch with Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship in a match that was announced previously. There's also footage of this match available, so I'll link to that in the video description, as Stone Cold sells his soul to the devil and teams up with Vince McMahon for a heel run. As for the models, these are two new alternate attires, with Stone Cold now featuring two knee braces and The Rock sporting an updated Rock logo on his trunks, with his sideburns seemingly getting shorter yet again. Apart from that, there's not really a lot else to point out here, so that concludes the Attitude Era chapter of 30 Years of WrestleMania, but I'll be back again tomorrow at 3 PM to reveal the highly anticipated Ruthless Aggression Era matches.